Welcome to the Magic Show.
And today, we have this big empty table, and Leo dancing and rocking out.
We're waiting every night to start for really moon.
Okay, there's a little bit of Leo's cover of a Mandy Pony Five Nights at Freddy's song. And so, obviously, we're in the spirit of Halloween, and this is the third of our Halloween 2016 series. In this case, we will be taking this empty table, and what are we going to do with this empty table, dude?
We're going to set up pumpkins.
We're going to set up pumpkins. So this will be our pumpkin painting and cutting video. And the first thing we need to do with the table is what?
We're going to clean it up.
Clean it up. Okay, it's already clean. So what's the next step?
Get the pumpkin and put it on the table.
Okay, the next step is to prep the table. So we prep the table with what? Newspapers.
Yes,
okay,
newspapers.
So we'll be right back after we prep the table. Okay, guys, we are back, and as you can see, let me just pop this up for you. As you can see, we have a very covered table.
And newspapers.
Because Leo is going to be doing primarily painting. I will be doing primarily carving. Messy, messy, messy endeavor. So we can clean up the mess easier, we have covered the table with these newspapers. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5 layers deep. And I think, what's the next thing that we're going to do?
Carve pumpkins and paint.
So the next thing we need to do is actually go get the pumpkins. So we're going to go out. We bought some yesterday. And we're going to go out and get them and bring them back and get them set up so you guys can see them. And bam! There it is. There is a pumpkin patch that is now on our table. So the smaller ones
are going to be painted.
And the
bigger ones are going to be carved.
Exactly. So we have 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and we have the sidewalk and we have the landing. So
airport.
We have enough to get all those on there, and I think probably the 2 medium-sized ones over there will be going on underneath the fence a little bit, and that big one will go on the sidewalk itself, and then the rest will be on the staircase. So
I am jumping jellyfish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
After a word from our sponsor, after these crazy messages, we will be right back, and we will start the festivities.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18.
Leo is beyond excited to do this for you guys, and so am I. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, here, real quick note about setup before we get into anything. Here are the paints and designs and stuff. I don't think we're going to be using any of the actual sticker designs. I don't know, we'll see what Leo comes up with, but there is the 2 paints, and we'll be using the trays to squirt the paint into and then dip it with a sponge and then apply it to the pumpkins. And we have over here the this is our recycle bin that we converted into a waste bin for now. This will actually be on my side over here for most of the insides of the pumpkins. There's where we're going to put the seeds, because we will let them soak in salt water, which I'll also show you later on, and then we'll be frying those up as a tasty and healthy snack at the end of this. And here are my tools. The first one is a spoon. You want a spoon with a nice hard edge to it to scoop out. And I've got 4 different knives here. I've got that one. So what we have here, large one is to take the top out, of course, and the other 2 are for the other 2 serrated ones are for some finer finesse work. This one is a stiffer one. This one, it has a little bit of flex to it, but not a lot more. And this one is just a really sharp, super detailed knife. I don't know how much we're going to be getting into that. We haven't really thought of the designs yet, but there's the prep work So you can see the table is still completely covered, and we'll be breaking off once we get started to do some close-ups of the various projects, but there's the gist of the setup for now. This is by far the best way of doing this, so you can make sure that you've got a good amount of tools at your disposal for this project, because it will get messy.
So I'm painting, and I just want to do the carving.
Okay.
Basically, this is going to be happening.
Okay, guys, and I'm just going to take the top off of this, and I like to do it with
a knife.
Individual cuts here, and so when we do this, you want to try to preserve as much of it.
Always have your parents around when you're doing this, kids.
Yes, if you're using knives especially. Okay, so the idea here will be to try to preserve as much of this as we can, which will make the pumpkin last longer before it starts to cave in. Okay, so here's what we have. This is the top of this. And so we're going to get all the seeds out of here.
Now this is a messy job, kids. So I already started with this, but remember, always have a pair around when you're doing this, especially if you're working with knives and you don't want to get cut.
Right.
I made a death skeleton.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now we're going to paint the top of this. Daddy over there is going to, do you want to carve a face in it?
There's some pieces that we have to do first before I can do that. So we have to actually carve into it a little bit first. And we're just going to get all these seeds out of here so we can have those later.
Now we're going to try painting on this side. Kids, especially if you're working with paint, you always have to get a skirt on. If you're working with hard-working knives, then get your dad or ask a mobile parent with you.
Okay.
That is important to know.
The one we need next is a spoon. And one of the things that I should have done was I should have made this wider so it's easier to fit my hand in there. One of the drawbacks with smaller pumpkins, I guess.
I'm coating it. We have to let this dry, kids. Especially if you're painting with different kinds of paint. You may want to do a different thing with it. So we got this nice and painted.
Okay, so we're getting more and more of the guts out of this.
Yes, I just made all this pumpkin black since it's my favorite color.
Okay.
Okay, kids. So this is when all the leaves start to fall and all the pumpkins start to come in. All the Halloween stuff. So if you visit your stores, you may see Halloween decorations.
Mac is getting a little bit on himself here. So we're going to come back once we have got all of these pumpkins prepared. Okay, guys. And here we have these 3 pumpkins. There's we had to switch shirts. And there's the guts. You can see the paint side of things. You got to clean the table a little bit yet. These are just drying now, so we have a few over there that. So all of these. Let's just go over there a second. So all of these are hollowed out. So these are ready for carving. So we'll probably start that while we're waiting for those to dry. Well, we're going to do something a little different on this one here, and I will show you what that is. Okay, so kind of what I wanted to do was to just randomly throw some paint on this. So we're just going to drizzle what's left here. It's right on there. And so this one, we're still going to carve, but That should give us a kind of a weird effect to it. You can see there. Just shoot it all out. So these paints go a long way. And then you can kind of see the
that kind of looks like Charlie Brown zombie.
So what we're gonna do next is so this part is really easy. Basically, you just put a bunch of hot water in there and then stir salt in until it dissolves. So you want to have about 3 times as much water as you have seeds. As you can see, there's quite a few seeds in here. So we're gonna get this started and get this sitting, and these two we'll let dry, and then we'll start carving these other two. Okay, so there's the salt that's gonna go in there. You can see we just throw this in there, so it gets that salt. And then from there we just take a fork. I personally prefer a fork. It's a little bit easier to do this. And all you're doing is just stirring. So as hot as you can stand it. Stir it so the salt is dissolved. Now, if you can smell pumpkin and not salt, you need more salt. So
let's put a bee on there. It's Bee the
take a little
Billy the boy.
Look at this. Okay guys, so there we go. It's all stirred up. It's gonna sit there for probably 2 or 3 hours or so. The more you let it soak, generally the better it is. And then when you bake it, which we won't be showing you, it will be just on a cookie sheet at 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how crispy you want it. Okay, back to the other pumpkins. Okay.
So we have an O right here.
Yeah, we do have an O sticker. So Leo has already decorated the bee a little bit on there.
So over here, we're gonna put stickers on the pumpkins that are already dry. So let's put O on this one.
Okay, so that one now has an O.
Because it's O for octopus.
Okay, O for octopus, all right.
And we're going to put the X mark somewhere else, but we're going to put another O.
Okay, we're going to put another O first. So this was a ghost, and the ghost was saying boo. And I think that has been somewhat annihilated at this point, but...
And then we're going to put the ghost on.
Okay.
We're going to put the ghost on the same pumpkin, since it's going to be carved. We're going to put this O on we're going to say this O for Halloween.
Okay, it looks like this O isn't sticking, so maybe we'll try something else.
Yeah, we're going to try the ghost this time. See if it's any better.
Okay, you can try the ghost.
Where is that ghost?
I don't know. Alright, so we've lost some of the graphics, but anyway, so we got some of those on there. Next, we're going to start the carving of the faces, and we'll see what Leo wants to do with these two. Okay, so Leo's has asked for a really spooky face on this one. So I think we'll start with the eyes. We'll start with this. So we'll start with these sort of half moon eyes. And actually we'll just add this other eyebrow onto this side. Okay, and then I think we'll just bring it down to a point. Alright, so it's going to look like this.
So, okay, kids, so we start with this pumpkin. So,
there we go.
Next is going to be the face, which is going to be with sharp teeth and everything that you may going to see.
Okay,
You're going to see that on a pumpkin.
So you can see the first thing we do is we take this and we're just cutting the shape in it. Okay, so you can see it right there. There's
okay, so there we've got the eyes. Now we're going to draw the face, which will be with the sharp and crazy teeth. The nose will be right here, centered by a dog cart.
Okay, so we're going to, first of all, cut out the eyes. So now it's a little tricky on this part here. So we're just going to have to do it in sections. Okay, so that part is pretty loose, and we're just going to probably just cut up here because that part's going anyway. We'll just cut up here like so. And we're not quite there yet. Okay, so just need to do the finish work here. How about that? Almost. Okay. Let's see if we can just pull that out. Okay. And then what we'll do from here is, you can see there's this part. Just cut that like so. And we'll put some depth in there. So we take more of this wall out. Okay, make it look nice and clean. Give a nice haunted eye look to it.
Haunted eye look. So basically, if you're carving a pumpkin, you'd expect that.
Right. Okay, so you can see there is
the evil eyes of the video, kids.
Okay, and let's just take a little bit
We're on our way. Oh, oh.
Okay. Alrighty, so there's the first eye. And let's go to the second. And see if we can. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. We're going to have to come back and do a lot of trimming to fix that part. You can see that already. Fortunately, we have a... Okay, so let's just bridge it across like so. And pull that part out. We can. Just push it right out. Okay. Alright, and let's hollow out.
Hollow out, kids. So basically, this is our carved pumpkin for a year.
Okay, so there we have his eyes. And let's see. So what kind of nose should we give him?
We can give him a clown nose.
No, I think we ought to give him an upside down. Let's see here. Let's put some bags under his eyes though first. There we go. So we have to be a little bit careful what we take out here. So if we put too much, take too much, it will just collapse it. So just be careful here.
And we have got our stick.
Okay, and there we go. Nice little scissor smile here. Okay. And let's see if we can carefully do this part. Let's see if we can just pull that out of there. This one doesn't need, oops, this one doesn't need to go all the way through. I can just a little gap in here should be okay. Let's try that.
And then we're apparently going to do the shark teeth next.
We're going to do the nose after this. Okay, so there we go. Alright.
The nose is going to be square shaped like ours was.
Let's
do another eye bag.
Let's just put little bat wings underneath his eyes here.
And that's what we call it, for bat wings for bats.
Okay, so there we go. So we have just little sort of sunken impressions in here. And let's see if we can just clean that up a little bit, because I would like to get light. We haven't quite figured out how we're going to light these yet, but I would do a little bit of light to creep out under his eyes if we can. Holding there, it is. Okay, and there we go. Right there. Okay. Wish I should have really grabbed like a fish fillet knife for this part, but you know, didn't think of it. So okay, so there we are, and let's drop a triangle nose. Actually, let's make it a shield nose. I like that idea. There he is. Him and his shield nose. And, okay. There he is.
Did you do the teeth?
Not yet. Leo's just asking me if I did the teeth off camera. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but here he is. Okay.
Now the teeth is going to come.
Now the teeth. What do you guys think so far? Okay, so let's see. What kind of teeth?
We're going to do sharp.
Okay. So, we'll start up here. So the best way is to kind of choose a point and then come down from there. Hopefully you guys can see again. Okay. And then you can just do it with a whole series of lines. And I'm going to try to take this down a little ways because I don't want to get too close to his nose.
And the trick-or-treaters are going to be so surprised when we put the light in the teeth. Slowly you'll get the light.
Alright. And okay, so okay, Leo has put the light in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This part of the thing is we're getting some really jagged teeth, it looks like.
And we have put the LED inside. And kids, if you have an LED somewhere in your house, use it for your pumpkin.
Yeah, that works pretty good.
At night only.
Okay, so now we just have the work of going through and cutting all this out. So all we do is basically what we just did before, except this time we're driving it all the way through. Nice and easy. What happens if you don't do nice and easy is you will tend to cut it too far.
It'll break.
And you will want a nice sharp knife too. It's something I didn't mention before. Sharper the knife the better, because if you put too much pressure on it, that will also cause problems.
Yeah, very big problem, especially because it'll break down and your thing will fall apart. This is very dry right now. Especially kind of this one. And especially if you don't do good cuts, all your pumpkin will fall down and rot.
Well, it's going to rot anyway. So on the top, once you get that part in, we can be a little less worried about the rest of it because that part's all coming out. That doesn't matter if we overcut. Just don't really want to on the bottom if we can avoid it. Okay. Okay, now let's see. Moment of truth, right?
Yep.
Let's see what we can take out of there.
You want to do this nice and careful, otherwise you're going to break your pumpkin.
Okay, you can kind of see the light flickering in the background there. And let's see. So here we have, it didn't cut through quite super awesome on that part, but
and I am doing the Freddy's lab.
okay, you can see. See, we're getting some good teeth out of this though. They're jagged, they're uneven, really goofy. Perfect. Here we go. Come on loose. So if I wanted to remove that, that's why I removed all that interior stuff, is it's really difficult to get this out otherwise. What we got going on here? Okay. So we have a really small tooth that I left in there that I would like to keep. So I'm gonna see if I can't. There we go. Oh no! See, I just tore my small tooth right out. So this was going to be a tooth. You can see it just ripped out, but that's all right. Good example of what not to do. So,
and also, this looks very good so far.
Thank you.
I like the ragged teeth I asked for. Daddy did a good job on those, and especially if your dad, whatever you want the names, leave in the comment section down below, and we'll find something for you to answer on. But especially if you're doing your good...
Yeah, feel free to leave comments, guys. We try to respond to every one of them if anybody leaves any. So let's see if we can get this. Alright, let's see if I can keep the other weird tooth I've got in here.
Or if your dad can't, then leave it all in the comment section down below.
You guys can see I might be able to still preserve that one. Yeah, let's try it. There we go. So you can see there's that little cross tooth that I lost on the other one, and yeah, which I kind of lucked out on because I didn't cut well enough on that. Okay, so now we're just going to clean up the teeth. And so when you're taking this out, you want to be super, super careful.
Otherwise it'll break.
Not to get too crazy with this, okay? So we basically are just going to go through.
This used to be a skeleton.
Make sure we have gaps and everything.
See, this used to be a skeleton that would hang on your pumpkin, but now it's really ruined. So be careful with other stickers, it might rip.
Okay,
That's the
and
only problem.
there we go. So you're going to have to, depending on the wall of the pumpkin, you're going to have to probably do what I do and come back behind it. You can see the flickering going on in there, hopefully. So that's a cool effect. Okay. All right, I'm going to clean this one up. And is this evil looking enough for you, buddy?
Yep, evil.
What do you guys think? Here it is. Our evil pumpkin. Let's throw the lid on him. Okay, guys, there it is. The first one is done. And let's move on to the
second one.
The next one. Okay, guys, so because Leo has decided to over-challenge his father, we are going to attempt to make this. So, this stem and this whole piece will be his hat, which we're going to paint black at some point in the very near future. We'll probably have to come back to you for that part because I don't know quite how we're going to put ears on him. So this one obviously will not have ears, but we can add in. So we can add in eyebrows. He's got round eyes, sort of a, I don't know what shape you would call his nose, sort of a shield dish nose. And he's got these little dots, and then he's got square teeth.
We call it a bear nose.
Okay, so what I think we're gonna do to get this working is let's see, it's a good surface here. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with this, with edge red here. We'll cut out this imperfection. I think we can probably use that as the nose. Okay, and let's get started. Okay, guys. There we go. Pretty Fazbear. Pretty Fazbear. Let's see here. See if we can get a look at him. Probably look better with light, but probably made the eyebrows a little bit too big, but outside of that, I don't know if you can see his, let's just tilt this up so you can see his hat.
Foxy!
So there you go. Oh, and there's Foxy on the side.
Foxy the superhero!
Oh. All right, very nice. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, guys, so real quick here, we got a zombie makeup pack as you can see here. There you go.
And right here.
Zombie makeup. There it is.
And then over here.
And this is Leo's kit. So it comes with some horror and stuff. And then this is the one I got. So I don't know what we're going to be using out of this, but we decided to draw on these figures. And over there, you can see the, let's get that out of the way. You can see there with the one that's where it's dripping. That is one that we will be carving into a horror figure at some point. We'll probably use those two. Okay, so
let's open our packages up.
We're gonna open these up and draw some stuff, and we'll come back and show you what we did.
So I can get it.
Okay, guys, our spectacularly messy process continues. I have added some blood and little bits of white paint to that one in the back. That's the last one we have to do, but I can't actually do anything with that one until the paint dries on it. So there we have, oh yeah, that's good looking there.
And don't forget my horror animatronic.
Looks more like a voodoo guy than Freddy Fazbear, but that's right. And we have.
Guess what, kids? This one is my horror animatronic Jack Skellington.
Okay, we'll come to that one in just a second, guys. So here it is. This is my holiday classic. I always make a kitty every year. This year is no different. I used a lot of white makeup on this one, on the black background. It worked really well without reactivating the paint, which is a problem Leo's running into. And I'll show you that in a second. The eyes are actually gel blood. So I dug out the eyes and I cut the slits for the eyes with gel blood. Other than that, it's basically just makeup. And this makeup is slick. It works really super nice. So over here we have, what's this one?
A horror animatronic Jack Skellington.
Okay, a horror animatronic Jack Skellington. And you can see there's a pool of blood right in the top of it there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And so we're going horror there. And then this one, we used a lot of a Frankenstein green base. And I think Leo got too aggressive rubbing it in, and it reactivated most of the black paint. This is all mostly water soluble stuff, which is really super handy when you want to clean up. However, it also is prone to reactivation. So we're going to see what he comes up with on this one. Right now he's making, what are we making here with Frankenstein paint, Leo?
I am making another horror animatronic.
Okay. As you can see, Leo is full into this. This is about the third set of clothes we've gone through because we had to leave and go get some paint because we didn't have enough. But you can see he's just banging it on there. And we will come back once it is time to finish this one and to stage all of these other ones outside, although I believe I'm going to start taking them out while we're working on this. So we'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, guys, so there you can see it. He is yelling or he's in pain or he's tortured, or I don't know what he is, but there you can see this guy is, this is a really fun one to do actually. This came out awesome. Really, really cool looking. So I like this dripping effect. What do you think, buddy? Alright, Leo's got goop all over his hands. You can kind of see that from here. We'll get to him in a second. So this one is done. Yeah, everything else is staged. And we're trying to hurry here because this is turning into a 4-hour project. Obviously the video won't be that long, but yeah, it's very, very lengthy, and so we're taking up the kitchen table by doing all this. So we're trying to move it along. Nothing to see here. Look at those hands. Ah, it's Frankenstein hands. When he painted the pumpkins, he had gorilla hands earlier, so that was kind of cool. So what's this guy, Leah? Tell us about him.
So this is another of the Frankensteins of the Halloween series. Basically, I drew his eyes and said, "He's alive! He's alive!" Because basically, I put some gels on some blood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there his gel just fell off. That's okay. Well, you can see we had some nice coloration there from the earlier. You can see he's got. This is a really creative. I really like actually what he did with this, because it's just like. There's just stuff everywhere. So much going on with this. It's really, really cool. But it looks like a monster pumpkin. That's a cool thing, I think. Mine is screaming, or it's supposed to be screaming. It looks kind of like one of the walnuts from the Plants vs. Zombies video game, a little bit. So, okay, we're gonna get these guys staged, and we will see you guys outside to talk about this a little more. Okay, guys, and we are concluded here with the cleanup of the Leo, of the table, of the kitchen. We recovered the recycle bin, and now we're gonna go outside and look at the placement. So before we get too far, just wanted to show you guys we have added another gel, and it is a kitty with the boo sign. Kitty boo. Spider, zombie infection area. Okay. So, let's go down here. And Leo, why don't you tell everybody what this one over here is?
Well, this is the one from, well, you all know Plants vs. Zombies. So this is the one who is, well, if you played the game before, you may see him a little bit. Well, these eyeballs, well, okay, let's come over here to Freddy Fazbear.
Alright.
I mean, he did a good job, but he didn't make all his bodies, but we would make him sitting in the corner, like, if you played this game.
We should have probably added white paint to him for his teeth. If we would have colored him, it probably would have been a little bit better as Freddy Fazbear.
No, this is Golden Freddy.
Okay, but you kind of get the idea. Okay.
So over here is Daddy's kitty. So we use gels as his blood eyes. So that may be, but the rest of it overall looks really good.
Okay.
So over here is the pool of blood.
Okay, so that is, who is that?
Core Nightmare Animatronic Jack Skellington.
Okay, Jack Skellington, Nightmare Animatronic. Let's get a shot of that over here. Okay, what about this guy down here?
Well, he's a Frankenstein pumpkin, which is all the masters of the pumpkins that we ever caught.
Okay.
So over here, back where I asked earlier.
Okay, let's get a shot of him.
So Daddy did a really great job with the teeth. I mean, overall those teeth are sharp. Like the one over here, up here, looks so similar to the one down here.
Okay.
Because he
and
has
you can kind of see the impression of eyes there.
So let's go down to this one. Well, the gel eyes, well, they fit it in there. I mean, the kitty doesn't look its kitty itself. Some kitties, we should them draw it black instead of gray. I mean, well, the gel eyes would be good in yellow and the red things.
You can see how they're catching the light. The gel eyes are catching the light from the sunlight. You can see they're starting to glow with they're just kind of glowing with the sun. So that's cool.
So one of the blood pool. This is another horror animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's Jack Skellington Freddy's.
Okay.
So right here is where his blood's dripping down.
Mm-hmm.
For horror animatronic in the game. But over here, no robots in here.
No, it's just a regular jack-o'-lantern. Okay, guys, so we it's gonna wrap it up for us, I think. So I want to tell you guys a little bit of statistics about this. The first thing is this has probably been between doing the outside and the inside, making it a zombie zone inside, doing all the outside stuff, getting the pumpkins, cutting the pumpkins, putting all this stuff out here, painting the pumpkins, and a couple trips to go get extra supplies. Probably this is about 6 hours, maybe $100 total.
So right over here.
It might not even quite be that much. So just to give you guys an idea of what you guys can do with, you don't need a whole bunch of money to do stuff.
But
a lot of this stuff is fairly cheap. This stuff we've had for a while. We had to throw some stuff away because we ran out of it. And of course, like, things break over time. But so that's what, we'll recycle as much of this as we can and use it again next year as well, of course. But so that'll just give you guys a picture of, just kind of doing this. And we think it came out pretty well. Let's take a far off shot. And just kind of take a look from the sidewalk in front of our house. As you can see, there's our hanging guy, stuff in the window. I like it. I think the overall look is really good. Even if you're coming at it from an angle, you can see it just looks. It looks like really Halloween-y. You can see some some of the graveyard stuff there. We might move some of that to the lawn. It's having a lot of trouble staying up, but yeah, I think overall it's a success. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a great success.
Guys, that's going to wrap it up for us for the Halloween series and for this video. As always, we thank you guys for coming by and checking us out. We would love it if you would give us a big old thumbs up. Click the old subscribe button. If you want to leave some comments, we would love those too. We try to respond to all of those when we can. And we only have one more thing left to say to you guys before we say goodbye.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween from OK Goodreview. We'll see you guys all next time. And bye-bye.